Good evening and welcome to Lancer Live for a broadcast of Lancer versus Monarch in this men's volleyball WCAL playoff matchup. The Lancers come in tonight 12-0 in league against Archbishop Mitty, 7-5 in the league. These Lancers, of course, had a great season and are coming off of a win last week against Archbishop Mitty, which did go to 5 sets. They are now currently ranked 17th in the nation, 13th in the state, number 1 in CCS, and look to go on a little bit of a playoff run here. Here we are in the beginning of May. And they've just announced the starting lineups for tonight as both the teams meet at the net. And at 6:04 p.m., here we are getting underway in Mountain View. And the Mitty Monarchs, of course, looking for a little bit of an upset here and what it would be to knock off this number 1 ranked team. Ventura, Sias, and Eberton in the back for St. Francis. And, of course, Carson Sias, Devine, and Alduno in the front court for the Lancers. And the Lancers receive, and here it is. On the outside, through the block, and on the court that falls. That'll be the first point awarded to St. Francis. Apologies for this angle, but back to serve there. The Lancers. And that did find its way out of bounds, just a little bit too much on it. That was Carson Sias, just a sophomore. And now the Mitty Monarchs to serve. Max Sharp, and that's out of bounds. And will be 2-1 currently. Ventura, excuse me, not Ventura. That serve goes off the Monarch and up into the second deck. Daniel Devine back to serve for the Lancers. Good hard serve received by the Monarch, back set to the outside, received by Eberton and off the top of the gym and into the stands that goes. It's 3-2 now. And here come the Monarchs floating that over. It's Ventura, back set now. And that just finds its way out of bounds. Devine tried to take a harsh angle there to try and go against the grain. Missed that block that was set up by Mitty. Just a little bit too wide. It's all tied up, 3-3. Received, Mitty saves the outside attack through the block. Ventura thought that was going to be out of bounds. Instead, it falls right in front of him on the line, and Mitty now takes the first lead of the night, 4-3. Just over the tape, Eberton sets it up. And that finds its way through. There's going to be an illegal touch there. Double contact it is. It's all tied up now, 4-piece. And now it is Peyton Cius back to serve. And the Monarchs looking to set it up right in front. Devine tried to get in there, and it looks like somebody did maybe go under the line or touch the tape. And the Lancers will get a lucky break there. Score now 5-4. Floats this one over. Monarchs up at the net from the back. And again, another illegal touch. Or going across the line. And that'll be 6-4 now. 2 points in a row for the Lancers off Mitty mistakes. That ball soared a little bit over the net off of the return, and then the Monarch setter did everything they could to put it in a position to be for their hitter to be successful, just unable. Now the Lancers 7-4. Serve floats over, set right up at the 2 spot at the beginning, right in the middle of the net, and they just got all of that and forced it straight down. Lancers just had no chance. High toss, very hard serve received by Eberton. Quick set at the net. And they're going to set it outside to Eberton. The senior hits the line, according to the line judge. Some of the players did not like that. Very hard serve there, just made it over the net. And a triple effort block. Eberton with the contact, but it falls on the Lancers side. So a little block gone wrong. Point Lancer, or excuse me, Mitty. Serve received, back set to Devine. And what an absolute monster of a block from Mitty. That looked like Max Sharp with just an absolute house. Set to Eberton. Big old swing from the USC commit. And he finds a dagger to the back corner. Serve floats over and actually hits the pole on its way out of bounds. Score 9-8. Eberton receives. Little miscommunication on the part of the Lancers. Both Ventura and Alduno Eberton. And just a failed set there. And the Lancers, a couple mistakes. And now Mitty again with the lead, 10-9. Quick set up at the net for Carson Cius. His attack is received. Was it tipped? There was a touch. That goes out of bounds. Point Monarchs. Monarchs lead now by 2. And I think St. Francis coaches are going to take a timeout to get their head back in this game after a string of just simple technical mistakes. Nine to 12, Mitty capitalizing off of a couple Lancer mistakes. So far, the largest lead of the night for them by 3. Should the Lancers win tonight, they'll play here again tomorrow. That game will also be streamed here live at Lancer Live. Make sure you subscribe to catch all the latest Lancer action as we get ready to gear back into our fall sports season with football underway starting in August. And after the timeout, here comes Mitty with the serve, up by 3. Score is 9 to 12. Eberton with the receive, back set to Eberton, and a big swing to get things back underway for the Lancers. The way that went, you could imagine that was drawn up in the timeout. And a huge hard serve from Eberton, and you could just hear the way that that came off the hand. Just didn't seem like the purest of contact. Good hard serve from Mitty, received well by the Lancers. And there's going to be a net violation on the Monarchs. That breaks the Lancers' way. Now trail by 2. Carson C is back to serve. Great serve by the sophomore. And that goes out of bounds, no touch. Lancers chipping away at that Monarch lead. And Carson C is back to serve. Hard serve. That ball is soaring almost into that second deck, and the Lancers now have tied it 13 apiece. Great serve by the sophomore. Outside attack by the Monarchs. That is touched. Eberton tracking, unable to get there in time. As that ball goes into the stands, 14-13. Monarchs now take another 1-point lead. And that goes out of bounds. All tied up again, 14 apiece. Great serve by the Lancers, just over the net. Quick attack at the middle. Monarch will try again on the outside. And they do a back set. Outside attack from the Lancers, another one coming. They're able to chicken wing that up, and then just an eyes closed play right there. Really not paying attention to the amount of touches. You can see the frustration on Eberton's face. And it's definitely difficult to sort of count the touches in those quick moments. What was a deflection and what was an actual touch in those speedy moments. And so just that half second of hesitation breaks for the Monarchs there. But the Lancers get it right back after a violation there by the Monarchs. So it's all tied up yet again, 15 apiece. touch by Eberton sends this the opposite direction, and they're going to have to just volley it over, giving the Monarchs a great opportunity here. That ball goes up off the ceiling and back down. Lancers just can't catch a break right now. As soon as they put a string together, they just seem to just not be able to settle something. Get into a rhythm. Great serve by the Monarchs. Eberton on the attack. He's just got a touch. And there's a line violation by Eberton. Monarchs attacking Eberton. Monarchs just going to have to try and get this over, and they're not able. Great attack and great swing by Jack Eberton. And we'll see if the Lancers can get a rally going with Bilal back to serve. And what a tremendous serve that was. That bounces all off the rafters, and the Monarchs are able to settle it and get it back over the net. That's a tough ball there right at the net, but the Lancers able to get it back across. Eberton on the receive. This ball's just been dancing around the net. Monarchs on the swing. They slice and dice through the C.S. Eberton block attempt and find a stretch of court. 16-18, and the Monarchs have put together a nice first set. And they are inching closer and closer to closing this first set out. Big old swing by Eberton. Mitty is able to settle, and just a quick dump over the net. Eberton able to send it back over. Some quick heads-up plays there. And there's going to be a lift call on the Monarchs, and that is a great break for the Lancers. Score now 17-18, just trailing by one. And there that call is again. That was a tricky serve. Alduno to back to serve again. And an out of bounds call from the Monarchs. And the Lancers now back in the lead. First time in a while, up by one. 6 points away from closing out this set. Quick set at the middle. And there was a great gap opened up. Monarchs took advantage. Great heads-up play at the center of the net by the Monarchs. Recognize that. And a quick dump off to their right side. Results in a tied-up game in this first set. Here comes the serve to Eberton. Monarchs really been attacking Eberton on the serves. And Eberton is going to get called. A point goes to the Monarchs. Can't tell if that call was on the set or on the attack. A little bit of a late whistle, but either way, Eberton again attacked off the serve. And his swing is received by the Monarchs. And for all intents and purposes, it was not a great receive. It sends it right back over, but the Lancers were just not ready. And that ball found the court very easily. And the Lancers trail by two in the homeward stretch of this first set. And you got to hand it to the Monarchs. They've put together quite just a scrappy defense, some great serves, and some great heads-up plays up there at the net. And coaches for the Lancers telling their guys to settle, regain some of that composure, go back to some of those fundamentals. And Mitty, 4 points away from securing the first win tonight would go a long way in some confidence building and momentum for them to win out. And here come the Monarchs up by 2. Again, attacking Eberton on the serves. And Eberton dancing around at the net, able to come away with that one. 21-20. See if Eberton can put together a little run here. High toss way up forward. And the ball goes out of bounds. He was really leaning forward into it, trying not to get any sort of back hit into it so he wouldn't send it too high of an angle. But man, some tremendous play by the Lancers, and that just does not break their way again. Looked like a lift call. 23-20, now the Monarchs just 2 points away. And this would be huge. Really high toss. Again, attacking Eberton on the serves. Quick block by the Monarchs, set back over, and a quick attack on the outside by Devine. Gives the Lancers some much needed oxygen. Carson Cias. Serve is received. Quick set, center of the net. Back off the tape. Was there a touch? I don't think so. But play continues. And a great swing. Tremendous play there by Peyton Cias. Timeout called by the Monarchs. As they were chipping away, here come the Lancers yet again, 23-22. And Carson Cias back to serve. Just over the tape. Here come the Monarchs. Big outside attack. And the line judge called it in, but the chair, he called it out. And that is quite a lucky break for the Lancers there. Cias put a little bit too much on, and now here we are with a set point. 23-24. Monarchs just one away from closing it out. Swing to Eberton again, back set. Here it is, and that's off of Monarch and out of bounds, 24-24. Devine. Just great play up at the net. And that's into the net. And you hate to see it go that way. Lancers have just been scrapping their way to tie this game back up and just handing it that back over to the Monarchs, who now yet again 1 point away from closing out the set. To the outside. Monarchs now on their attack. Again, attacking Eberton in that back row. And can you believe it? The Monarchs take the first set, 24-26. Monarchs will look to use this as a momentum builder. Try to close out this match. And for St. Francis, what an opportunity to, in this in-between period, to reflect what could go a little differently. We've got some lights flickering here in the gym. Don't like to see that. Has been some rain today, but nothing like the storms we've seen in the past. May have fixed it. Looked like potentially one fan maybe leaning on a breaker box, causing some light fluctuations. And as we move on to the second set, Lancers have a plan. Monarchs look to build some momentum, take this into yet another set win. It'll be Jack Eberton back to serve for the Lancers. Here comes Jack Eberton with the first serve of the second set. Wow, that got way out in front of him. He was just able to knock it over. Great receive. Back attack by Jack Eberton. Finds that back line. We'll see if he can settle into this serve. There it is. Great serve by Eberton. Little miscommunication between the Monarchs there. They're just going to have to volley it over. And that flies up into the second deck. Watch out. An absolute rocket from Eberton. And what a move that was from the Monarchs. Out of bounds, but seeing just the absolute wall of defenders in front, tried this nifty little behind the back sort of scoop. Just sent it a hair too far. And Eberton can't get his fourth serve down. Tremendous serve again to Eberton from the Monarchs. And there is a lift. So not a good touch there from the Lancers. That just finds its way out of bounds, 4-2 now. Carson Cias. Great serve. And that soars out of bounds. No touch from the Lancers. The sophomore yet again. Off the tape and does not fall over. Slingshot's back. What a great play by the Lancers. What a great save by Peyton Cias to set that all up. Diving to his left. And the score, 6-3. And that just can't find its way. A little bit too far outside. Hits the tape and the pole up top. Mitty able to just scooch this over. And now the Monarchs. Great attack. Great save by Eberton, but it does go back over to the Monarchs. One hand set. Eberton with the back row save. Set outside. Peyton Cias on the attack. And that touches off a few Monarchs and heads out of bounds. 7-4. Lancers up by 3. Quick attack up the middle. What a swing. Quite an amazing attack. Out of bounds. No touch. It's 8-4. Great block by the Lancers, and here comes Eberton. Just a quick dump over the net. Great save by Ventura. Eberton on the attack, sends it deep. Back row from the Monarchs and into the net. Lancers now lead by 5, the largest point margin of the game so far. And this is where that Lancer team can be dangerous. And that falls. Great attack by the Monarchs right in front of Ventura. And that serve falls into the net, maintaining that 5-point margin. That was a serve by Zach Flynn. Quick set for Carson Cias in the center. Oh my goodness. Here come the Monarchs on the outside. Great block by Eberton, but falls on the wrong side of the net there. Point to the Monarchs. Good heads-up play there by the Lancers, watching that soar out of bounds. Aldino. Eberton. Great swing through the defense. And there's going to be a timeout called by Mitty as the Lancers now lead by 7. Largest lead of the game. mistakes the Lancers were making in that first set, they seem to have figured out some answers for. Lancers serve over. Monarchs up at the net in the middle. Blocked by Eberton. This time he gets it to fall on the opposing side. Well, that's got to feel good for Jack Eberton a few times this night. He's gone up for the block, and it's just fallen right at his feet as he makes a great set back. What a swing. Lancers with another opportunity. Dances this one off the net. Monarchs just going to have to send this over easily. Outside, and up, just a poor set there. Quick little mistake, a lot of movement. Difficult to set your feet. As Eberton was inching up. Just an illegal touch there on the Lancers. As this ball ends up heading right back over to the Lancers as that ball goes into the net, and it'll be Eberton back to serve. We'll see if he can get settled yet again. A shorter toss this time. He's just able to tap it over. Great effort there by the Lancers to keep that ball up. Just not enough. 15-8. Again, the serve to Eberton. And this ball goes over and back, but it did deflect off the Monarchs, so that'll be point to Lancers as they lead now by 8. Carson Cias, the sophomore, step back to serve for the Lancers. Put quite a curve on that serve. Just a few feet out of bounds. Wow. Monarchs put a lot of speed on that one. Just a bit too outside, 17-9. Lancers again back to serve, Divine. Lancers Monarchs just trading serves here. Quick side out. Quick little float. Set is outside to Peyton Cias. Cias able to get that to fall in their favor, 18-10 now. Eberton on the solo block. And the chair didn't see Eberton's touch. Eberton actually called it himself. He said, no, I did get a hand on that. Almost a collision on the court between Eberton and Alduino. And there's a big set to Eberton. Great return. Monarchs just tap it over, and again, Eberton with another opportunity. There's a couple touches. That's going to bounce its way around the rafters. Find its way back over to the Lancers side. One more time for Eberton. Lancers yet again. Quick setup at the 2-spot. Bam! Into the knee pad of the Monarchs. After a string of attacks by Eberton. Just a quick set up the middle for the Lancers, and they just put it straight down. 19-12. And there's just not a great serve there from the Lancers. Low and into the net. 19-13. Lancers just have to settle to send that over easily. And the set to the back row. Peyton Cius on the attack. He gets that to go down. Up by 7, 20-13. Alduino to serve. Outside from the Monarchs. Peyton Cius is able to get a hand on it, but just couldn't pop it up enough. Eberton rushing over to say, it's all good, bro. We've got time. We've got points to work with. And the Lancers look a lot more comfortable in this second set than they did in the first. Didn't like that set. Had to settle just to send it over. Great one-handed play by Peyton Cius. And my goodness, what an effort that was. He kept that rally alive for the Lancers. And there's an out-of-bounds call. Was there a touch? Line judges look at each other and say, no, no, and it's out of bounds. And that effort started with Peyton Cius. Eberton again with that. A little bit too much on it. He's yet to really settle into the serve this evening. But he just has so much speed, you kind of can't blame him for it. So much ball speed off that hit. Great attack from the outside of the Lancers. Monarchs, miscommunication, and they watch it fall. Lancers inching ever closer. Carson Cius. Just an unlucky bounce there for the Lancers. They were all in position, but that's just the way the ball goes. 22-16. Monarchs at one point trailed by 8, now just by 6. Again, attacking Eberton on those serves. What a tremendous play by the Monarchs to keep that rally alive. But not long enough. Bilal with just a huge swing in the center there to lead them now 23-16. While that had some nasty spin on it, didn't fall quick enough. Quick side out. Monarchs now back to serve. This floats over. Back set. Lancers just settling to send it over. Great attack, great effort there. Just an inch away from saving it for Devine. As he slid halfway across the court. Did get an arm on it. Just not enough pop. 23-18. That serve just falls over the net. Quick attack from the back for Jack Eberton. 24-18. And we've got a set point situation here for the Lancers. And they will have many opportunities to close this set out if they can't do it right here. Great effort on the block and by Peyton. See us in the back. And Alduino sort of fumbled the set there, but that is okay. Lancers have 5 points to work with in order to close this one out. And it'll be Eberton on a crazy swing. Some miscommunication there from the Lancers. They're able to settle, get the ball back over, and they watch this ball go out of bounds. Great heads-up play in the back, and the Lancers close it out 25-18 here in the second set. Tied 1 set apiece now. The Lancers really stepped into their own there, sort of found their rhythm in that second set, and if they continue to play like that, as they've proven all season long, not a lot of teams can stop them when they start to play as a unit and they start to play clean. Again, going 12-0 this year in league, being ranked number 1 in the section, 4th in the state. And now we inch closer, 2 minutes away from that third set. Stay tuned here on Lancer Live, and we'll be back with you in 2 minutes. All tied up, 1 set apiece. Mitty put on quite an effort in that first. It'll be the Monarchs to serve first to get us started here in this third set. Eberton on the receive. Peyton Cius opening it up. with a tremendous swing on the outside. And now it'll be Carson Cias to serve. And that serve just a bit too low and into the net. Tied up now, 1 apiece. Back set to Divine. And the Lancers just out of position for the reflection, or deflection, excuse me. Monarchs now lead by 1, 2-1. What a serve that was. That's sent right back over to the Monarchs, who now on the attack, up at the net, off the tip, back to Eberton. Now back to Divine, who's just gonna have to tip this over. And just didn't like the set. Tried to make the best out of it. But off the deflection, falls in front of them. It's now 3-1 Monarchs. Eberton attacked again from that back row. That swing is deflected up, and the Monarchs now on the attack. Deflected by Bilal, goes out of bounds. Monarchs 4-1, leading by 3. Great up by Eberton. Tremendous swing by Peyton Cias out on the outside to swing things back into his team's favor. But a tremendous defensive effort by Jack Eberton in that back row. And that just goes a little bit too wide. 2-5 now. Mitty up by 3. Eberton receives. Peyton Cias on that outside attack. Great defense by Mitty from the back row. They swing back. Eberton gets that ball back up. That's sent back to Cias. Dings it off the tape. Mitty back on the attack. St. Francis tried to stuff. Mitty reacted by putting in a soft touch as that ball falls on the Lancer side. Mitty now leading by 4. We'll see if they serve again to Eberton. Quick dump, sort of a serve. And that's off of a great block by Mitty, who now lead by 5. That is, I believe, their largest lead of the evening. After that timeout, St. Francis looking to respond after a string of slip-ups and a few mistakes. Look to get back into the swagger of the second set as they played with such confidence. Mitty responding quite well in this third set. This ball floats over to Eberton. St. Francis almost not getting a play. They luck out there with a touch from Mitty to give them a reset. Mitty, great defense. Outside swing. That's blocked by Bilal, sent back over to Mitty. And this is stuffed straight down right in front of Divine. Mitty now leading by 6. Tremendous efforts there by Mitty. Eberton with a set to Cius. Deflected back by the Monarchs. Peyton Cius again on the outside. This dinks around into the net. And now Mitty leading by 7. Absolutely the largest lead of the night for them. St. Francis a quick substitution. In for Alduino, Timothy Cho. And after the substitution, Lancers respond quickly. Peyton Cius with the score there, 3-9. Monarchs on the attack. Peyton Cius with a diving attempt, just not able to get there. Monarchs first to double digits, leading by 7. And there's a lot of mustard on that one. Oh my goodness. Sent out of bounds on the basketball court. Score is now 4-10. Tremendous serve by Bilal. That's sent right back over to Eberton, who gets the set right back to him. And there's a touch, and it's in bounds anyways. Tremendous swing. Something illegal down there for the Lancers. That'll be a side out to the Monarchs now. Great heads-up play by the Lancers. And that was quite risky. There was a lot of movement. Could have touched somebody. Just floats over the net. Quick dump. Great heads-up play by the Monarchs. Saw the spot on the floor open. Took advantage. Six to 12. Serve to Eberton. Set over to Devine with a touch. There was a touch called. Devine gets a little redemption swing there. Great effort. That's just going to have to be volleyed over by Mitty. Set back to Devine. Quick attack. Oh, my gosh. He got all of that one. It'll bring up Eberton back yet again to serve. And that throw was perfect for him that time. And a great eye there by the Lancers. Gives Eberton yet another chance. Now just trailing by 4. Tremendous serve by Jack Eberton. Great block by Carson Cius. Gives Jack Eberton yet another chance. Timeout's going to be called by the Monarchs. They want to have a quick chat, talk some things over. Leading as much as by as much as 7. Lancers now look to crest over into double digits. Jack Eberton back to continue serving. Looks to lead his team into that double-digit territory. 9-12 the score. Wow, what a serve. Set by Cho, over to Devine, right into a massive block. Set up by Mitty. Straight back down that goes. And Mitty with a side out after the timeout. Serve goes to Eberton. Quick set up the middle to Carson Cias, who just got to push it over. Mitty now on the attack, off the deflective block. Now it's out to Peyton Cias. Great swing, but a great defensive play by Mitty. That's touched by the Lancers, and that soars out of bounds. And a good rally by both teams. Mitty with just a little bit more defense. 9-14. This ball floats over. Peyton Cias able to get it up. Devine again into a block, and that's tipped out of bounds by Timothy Cho. And now a timeout called by the Lancers. After the timeout by the Monarchs, they went on a 3-0 run. And the Lancers find themselves trailing by 6 yet again. Great serve by the Monarchs to open it up after that Lancer timeout. And immediately, the attack by Peyton Cias stuffed at the net. Lancers unable to get that thing back up. Trailing now by 7. Floating serve to Peyton Cias. Set outside to Devine. He's just going to have to tip it over. That call breaks towards the Lancers. Something wrong with the touch there on the Monarchs. Lucky break there for the Lancers, looking to climb out of this hole. That's out of bounds. Kind of a wonky set and attack there by the Monarchs. Players having to run around each other, not able to get a great angle. Ventura serves over. Monarchs. Quick attack, but they are there at the net to receive. That seemed like it might have been touched, and it was. It was tapped by the Lancers on its way out. Lancers officially at 11 points into that double-digit territory, but Monarchs looking to close this thing down. Tremendous serve. Set outside to Devine, and that falls at the feet of the Lancers yet again. They've just not been lucky on that outside attack. More times than not, off the Monarch, just with a tremendous block right back down at their own feet. Received by Eberton, set by Cho, quick attack by Bilal. Monarchs forced this over the net, and Cho had the 4th touch. Lancers can't buy a break right now. Monarchs looking right at 20 points here. They are 6 away from closing it down, leading by 8, their largest lead of the night in any set. And Devine with a big swing. That's got to feel good for him. Took a great opportunity there. We're going to sub out Cho, it looks like. Bring back Alduino. As the Lancers now trail by 7. That serve goes out of bounds from Devine. And the Monarchs first to 20. The first set that the Monarchs won, it was really a back and forth. And in this set so far, they have just been the superior team. Great save by Ventura. Eberton with a big swing from the back row. That was a big-time play. But he is slow to get up. Looks like he might have something going on with an ankle or a knee. You hate to see that from the senior. Seems to be in quite a bit of pain. And Lancers coaches are going to help him get to the sideline. Does not look like he's able to put a lot of weight down on his left foot. I mean, you can only hope the best for him here. A senior. And hopefully it's nothing too bad. And he's going to be visited there by the trainers. And the Lancers are going to look to rally themselves back up here. It could be and so checking in will be Rafa Davis, also a senior. Tremendous block, but that does go out of bounds. Monarchs now at 21-13. There goes a point, to the Lancers. Something off the serve there. 21-14. And the serve from Bilal goes into the net. Monarchs now just 3 away. Big swing from Carson Cias in the center. And a great heads-up play there by the Monarchs to find a little gap. Now just 2 points away. Great heads-up play there by the Lancers to get the ball back. There's a touch by Peyton Cias. That ball might have been going out of bounds. We'll never know. Monarchs up by 9, the largest lead of any team so far tonight, and they are looking at a set point. And that goes into the net, handing the Lancers a very slim lifeline. They'll have to make their way through 8 unanswered points. St. Francis comes away with that one. And there it is. Monarchs close it out, 25-17. And they take a 2-1 set lead, and they'll have 2 opportunities. It's good to see Jack Eberton here standing up on his own strength on the sideline. Little bit of a limp in his leg. I think it must have been something on his way back down. But he is just a tremendous athlete. You know that he's going to be doing everything he can in his own power to continue to play. And here he is doing couple little calf raises there, so that seems to be good. You just got to hope the best for him. Could have been a really bad sort of cramp. Trainer's now stretching him out. So that's great to see. And as we move into this 4th set, Lancers will be, looks like most likely down the offensive powerhouse of Jack Eberton. We'll see how they can respond and potentially some of the most adversity they've faced all season long. A league opponent, a rival, down 2-1. The target is on their back, and we'll see how they can respond now that they've been backed into this corner of the game. And Rafa with the serve for the Lancers. Monarchs strike first in this 4th. 24 points away. Lancers on the attack. Peyton Cias is blocked at the net. Great defense by the Monarchs. There's going to be a double touch on the Monarchs, giving the Lancers a little break there. Ventura back. And here comes the Lancers serve. Ventura just not able to get a good play on that ball. Monarchs now 2-1. Great serve by the Monarchs. Quick set up in the middle to Carson Cias, who's able to sort of sidearm that through. And Great play by the Lancers, all tied up now, 2 apiece. And Jack Eberton rejoins his teammates on the sideline, standing next to them. Some great defense there by the Lancers. Devine just shoves it over. Nice heads up. Little set pass across by Alduino. He's now going to set to Cias in the middle. Couple chicken wing plays, and the Lancers just not able. Kind of an awkward whistle there, maybe. A couple of the Lancer players don't like it, but point is awarded to the Lancers. And again, a point awarded to the Monarchs there. Lancers going to take a timeout. And the Lancers here just really, this is what defines, a team in these moments. How do you respond when nothing seems to be going your way? Can you pull yourselves together as a team and get yourself through it? We'll see how they respond here in this fourth. Down 2. Mitty Monarchs 21 points away from closing out the evening. And a 3-1 win over the Lancers would be quite the upset win tonight. Quick dump by Alduino. Devine from the back row. It's received by the Monarchs, sent back over. Peyton Cias takes a sharp angle. And that was a great swing. Eberton's got some ice on the calf. Monarchs punch it over. Outside to Rafa Davis. Great dig by Ventura. Rafa Davis yet again, but that's sent out of bounds. No touch. And it's 5-3 Monarchs, leading by 2. That ball finds the net. 5-4 now. Carson Cias will be back to serve. Cias a little bit too much on that. Side out to Monarchs. 4-6. Devine with a great swing. Just sort of an awkward contested play up at the net. Results in a Monarch point. Just an awkward touch there by Alduino. 4-8 now. And that ball just tips over the net. I have a quick substitution there. I think the ref is saying you called the. We're going to get a reserve here as the ref, I believe, called the whistle a little too early. It did look like it did touch the floor, but there was a play made by a Lancer with a foot. Yeah. We're going to get a replay. Ref says he thought it fell on the floor. And that's okay. 4-8. Devine with a great strike from the back row. Great swing by Timothy Cho. And that brings a little bit of oxygen to the Lancers. And then we got a Mitty player. Might be having a cramp of his own here. Gonna need a quick substitution here for the Monarchs. Player's able to walk off on his own. And that looked like Andrew Casale taking a step off. Here comes the Lancer serve. Quick set up the middle, quick attack there. And there is a point to the Monarchs. Great defense. And that ball falls on the side of the Lancers. 5-10 now, the score. That ball falls. Monarchs now back on the attack on the outside from the back row, and that just splits the defenders in the back. 6-11. Monarchs up by 5. Bilal might have jumped a bit too early. Could not get the approach that he wanted. Monarchs now lead by 6. And Peyton Sayas saw the defense, sort of used it to his advantage. Took an angle so that would be guaranteed to go out of bounds. 7-12 now, great play. Ventura serve. Now the outside attack sent back over to the Monarchs side, who's going to get a great opportunity here. And that is just a big, easy swing for them off the arm of Carson Sayas, straight back down. 13-7. And the Lancers really looking to just try to string something together here before this lead gets out of hand. Devine with a huge swing, and that's what we're talking about. That's the sort of play that they need. Devine to serve. Great serve. Huge swing from Peyton Cias. .13 now. Great serve. Outside attack from the Monarchs. And that was just too difficult to defend there. 14-9 Monarchs. And now the next couple plays are really going to define how this Lancer team can respond. Can they dig themselves out of this 5-point deficit? Quick set to Carson Cias, who's just got to have to push it over. Monarchs settle. Great dig by Ventura. Peyton Cias on the outside. Timothy Cho bumps it back up. Peyton Cias right at the net. He finds a gap and brings the Lancers to 10. And Peyton Cias now will be back to serve. St. Francis trailing by 4. Floats this serve over. Outside attack by the Monarchs. That's going to deflect off St. Francis. Head up into the second deck. 15-10 now. Monarchs just 10 points away. And that's into the net. Trailing by 4, Carson Cias now. Great serve. Mitty looking to get this settled down. They can't get it over the net. Lancers now trail by 3. Great serve by Carson Cias. Outside back row attack. And they are going to call that down on the line. You know that the calls have got to be honest when they're that way too, because the line judges are St. Francis students. And there's an out-of-bounds call on the Monarchs, 13-16. That was a tricky play by the Monarchs. Almost got the Lancers there. Devine takes an incredibly sharp angle, but it's just out of bounds. Mere inches. What a swing. Monarchs inching closer to that 20-point mark. That serve just gets over the net. And that was a nice heads-up play by the Lancers. Going to make it look like a contested ball up when it was just going to sail over the net. Sort of tricks the Monarchs just a bit. Down by 3, 14-17. Monarchs on the attack. It's from the outside. Two-handed stuff by Bilal and Devine. Cuts the lead now down to 2. Timeout Monarchs, as they're going to try to stuff this little bit of Lancer momentum that they've got late in this 4th set. 15-17. Lancers trailed by as much as 8. They've cut the deficit to 2. Rafa Davis. And the outside attack by the Monarchs. That's through the block and down. That's a point to the Monarchs. Just a little bit too much of a gap in between the two Lancer defenders. Monarchs able to take advantage. Set from Cho out to Cius. That's out of bounds. No touch called. 19-15. Monarchs up by 4. Timeout called by the Lancers. Monarchs 6 points away. The last time the Lancers lost a match was March 4th at a tournament down south in Southern California. They lost to Mater Dei from Santa Ana at a tournament. The last time that these two teams met was this last Thursday. Lancers did win 3-2. Oh, excuse me. Last time that the Lancers did lose a match was to Valley Christian at a tournament Saturday, April 15th. Peyton Cius into the 2. Monarch, absolute powerhouse of a block. I mean, that was a perfectly drawn up play and a wonderful offensive sequence from the Lancers, but you just have to give some credit to that Monarch front line. They've just been all over the attack from the Lancers tonight. Outside set to Divine, just going to be tipped back over by the Monarchs, and the Lancers did not seem ready for it. Two-hand little slam. Now checking in for the Lancers. Give me Connor Nguyen, a senior. Great swing from the Lancers, and that does go off of Monarch and out of bounds, 16-21. And the outside attack by the Monarchs. And that falls in between Timothy Cho, Connor Nguyen. Monarchs now just 3 points away. And that sails up and in to the strike pull. Monarchs now really closing it out, 23-16. Lancers have no room for mistakes. And a little bit of life given back to the Lancers. That serve goes into the net, 17-23. Again, just a little bit too much of a curve. It's happened earlier tonight. And that just curves out of bounds. And here we go with a match point. Monarchs have tons of opportunities to close it out tonight. And they do it that way. The way that they won most of the points tonight with some tremendous defensive action. The Monarchs upset the Lancers 3-1. And the Lancers certainly suffered from the loss of Jack Eberton halfway through that third set. But you got to give some credit to the Monarchs, who just showed up to play a different brand of volleyball than what the Lancers were ready for. A tremendous victory for the Mitty Monarchs tonight. 3-1. And the Monarchs walk away tonight with a great, tremendous win. Final set, 25-17. 3-1 in favor of the Mitty Monarchs. Thank you for tuning in to a broadcast production from Lancer Live Entertainment Network. I've been Matt Ross. Thanks for tuning in. We hope that you subscribe. Check out all of our content on the channel, everything the students are doing. It's quite wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for spending your evening watching some Lancer volleyball. We'll see you next time.